We want to tell you about an exciting new project from Emmy-winning actor Jeff Daniels. It's an emotional retelling of his life in front of and behind the camera. Daniels says, well, of course, he's portrayed memorable characters in The Newsroom, Dumb and Dumber. He's played Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird. I saw him on Broadway in that, loved it. And in the audiobook, he talks about these experiences and so much more. It's an audio memoir. It's called Alive and Well Enough. And here's something unique. It's produced by his son, musician Ben Daniels. Yeah. In this preview, Jeff Daniels talks about accepting his role in the TV series The Newsroom.
Anyone who says there are no second acts in life has never met Aaron Sorkin. As far as I'm concerned, landing the role of Will McAvoy in The Newsroom was a rebirth, a renewal, a personal reaffirmation that maybe there was one more role out there that would keep me interested before show business decided that, yes, they'd had enough of me.
And Jeff and Ben Daniels join us now. It's so great to have you both here.
Yes.
I could have run that clip for another hour, honestly. I could listen to you read the phone book.
Oh, that's nice.
He does have that voice.
And this is much better than that. It's stories from your life, things you didn't want to forget, things you'll always remember, things you've done, and things, as you say, you'll never do again. What made you, but you know, a memoir is always a difficult project because there's a lot of stuff you don't want to go over. Why did you embark on this one?
Well, I can still remember it, but two, I wanted to kind of figure out how I got where I got. And then by going back, and especially in the early times, you know, how the struggles and overcoming the rejection and all that stuff was like, how did I do that? But at the same time, it also, with Audible Originals, this platform we've got, I get to do everything I do. You know, Ben and I have toured together as musicians, and so I get to like roll out all these songs that I've written that are either in a set list, but most of them are in a notebook. And it's like a musical diary. It becomes like a one-man musical. And then I get to write funny stuff, so I try to make it as entertaining as possible, not only to the listener, but for me.
Yeah, well, mission accomplished on that front. Ben, what was this project like for you? And, you know, my kids don't want to hear any stories about my past. You've aged into it, I guess. Mine are younger.
You know, there's a lot of stories that I've heard, especially when he was growing up in New York as an young actor, that I was able to kind of paint that picture in the 70s and kind of see all these places that he's been, that I would then have to go look up and put it all together. But then I was born there in '84, so it's kind of all the stuff that happened before my time, so it's pretty cool to see.
Did anything surprise you? I mean, you know your father. It seems like you guys have an intimate relationship.
Yeah, there was a story about his parents going to a Arlo Guthrie concert that I had no idea happened, but...
Yeah, marijuana was involved.
Oh, you couldn't see the stage. It was so cloudy. Yeah. My dad and mom going...
The good old days.
The good old days, yeah.
But what I think was so great about this, with the two of you working together, I thought we got to learn about you too, Jeff. And, you know, your idiosyncrasies, your concerns, your insecurities. Like, you tell a story about being an actor, that every actor has this moment, that you have a dream that you're walking on stage, you're buck naked, and you don't know your lines. And I said, that did not really happen to you. But you said, yeah, it did. And every actor feels this way. Truly?
Yeah, it's the actor. It's every actor has that nightmare, his version of it, and that's mine. And you get into that dream, and you can't get out of it. It's just death. It's a slow death for an actor, and you're on that stage, and everyone turns to you, and you either don't know the play you're in, and don't know the next line, and then you look down, and you're the only one who's naked. Yeah, but for you, acting started, as we learned, in 6th grade. An actor was born. Why was that so significant in 6th grade? That was probably that was the most important role in my life.
How so?
6th grade, we got a music teacher named Diane Elroy, just a teacher who was teaching 6th graders how to sing, got bored on a Friday, and said, we're gonna do skits. She didn't even know they were improv, skits. You do this, you do this. Jeff, you get up and do a politician who's giving a speech while his pants are falling down. And usually you'd get up and you'd start doing a whole thing with the pants and all. I started slowly, like a 3-act play at 6th grade. A tug on the belt, talking about roads, a tug on the belt, another tug. About 2 minutes in, I was holding up pants that weighed 400 pounds, still talking about roads. And she went to my parents and she said, keep an eye on this one. There's something going on.
Oh, he's got something. Ben, I'm fascinated with you working with your dad. You know, Nate and Tony raised a question, but in addition to did you learn something about him you didn't know? What did it do for the relationship of the two of you together?
Oh, that's good.
Because you have to collaborate, you have to agree, you have to disagree. What was the working process like for the two of you?
Oh, this time around was pretty, and we've recorded so many things at our studio.
That you built, the home studio that you
Yeah.
built, yes.
Mostly music, and so this is pretty much what we do, but doing it this way, knowing there's this potential end goal was pretty cool, because now we're sitting here together doing this, so it's pretty special. But yeah, it was kind of showed him some recording things with computer. He did that, and then we just had a pretty good rhythm going.
I loved it when I cracked him up, too. Because, you know, I mean, it's, you know, man doesn't crack up the son very often. But I made it, when I made him laugh, I was, okay, you're okay, you're okay.
Did a thing with Harry Dunn, his snack time with
Yes.
Harry Dunn segments.
Yes, with the Twinkies, yes.
Yeah.
He made some noises I've not heard before.
Well, Ben, you mentioned you guys found a good rhythm. Speaking of rhythm, what is it like on stage when you guys are touring and you are just knee-deep in the music that y'all have created?
It's pretty great for me, because it's watching. I mean, I'm usually the front man in my band, so it's the pressure's off, so I get to kind of be the band now, and he gets to do that, and I learned so much from him being out front, how to talk to the crowd, and it's just a master class and all that. So it's pretty special.
Well, the music is special in this. You know, there's a scene where you almost hit somebody in Canada, and this man is clearly very angry. You said a lot of anatomical references filled the air. And you said, you turned to your wife and said, this would make a good song. And part of the lyrics are, I hope it hurts you so much it makes you cry, that it's a slow and torturous death.
Yes. I find that funny.
No, because you
He
said
was
no.
screaming at me
Yes.
in Canadian, just screaming at me, spittle flying. I turned to Kathleen, I said, this would make a great song.
Jeff and Ben, I gotta ask a really serious question, and I hate to make this turn so dramatically, but the Detroit Lions are playing tonight.
Yes, they
It's
are.
the start of the NFL season. You guys have been through decades. Some good, a lot of bad. How do you feel your Detroit Lions are going to do tonight against the Kansas City Chiefs?
Nate, who played for the Detroit Lions,
yeah.
as you know.
Oh, they know.
Yeah.
And just go have a great game, put up a good game, and that's all you can ask for.
Super Bowl year, Jeff?
One, it needs to be a state holiday tonight. Second, if we win,
Okay.
Deion Sanders goes into the secondary school of media attention, and it becomes the
yes.
Detroit Lions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
If we win,
Of
it's
course.
just like, oh my God.
It's a big deal.
The
But as we go to
bandwagon,
break-
here we go.
I do.
We've been talking about you guys singing all morning. As we go to break, can you just sing us to a few lines of something that you really like on this album, and we'll go to break.
Sing something? Yeah, I wrote a song for Jane Fonda. They asked me, they were going to do a tribute to her, and I said, okay. Except for me, it was the workout video that attracted me. And so it was, while most red-blooded all-American fellas loved her in Clute and Barbarella, I must tell the truth, for I cannot tell a lie. I fell in love with Jane Fonda in abs, buns, and thighs. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff Daniels.
And on abs, buns, and thighs, we'll go to break. Jeff and Ben, thank you very much. The
buns, and
audio
thighs.
memoir, Alive and Well Enough, is available today on Audible. It's fantastic.